place match, we have World Elites Desui against Fly 100% from Mouse Sports. Game 1 starts with a couple of grunt kills for Desui. He gets the boost of speed instead of flying and makes him pay for it with grunt blood. Fly does manage to get a grunt kill of his own, but he's still down. Desui does some more harassment, but early on he has to town portal out to save his Blade Master. They fight at 50 food, and Desui dominates Fly despite all of the mirror images. All of the peons help by blocking Fly and soaking up damage. It's still close into the final battle, but Desui's lead finally shows through when he starts to dominate Fly. Halfway through the battle, it's obvious that Desui has it locked up, and he wins the first game. We head to Echo Isles for Game 2, and again Desui goes for the boots of speed and picks up an extra grunt kill. They have a showdown for the Ogre Magi kill by the market. Neither player wants to go, then suddenly Fly decides he wants the kill, but Desui manages to grab the item and force a town portal out of Fly. Into the final battle, both players are close, and Desui gets into Fly's base with no town portal. It's a risky move, and I personally would never try it because you're way too easily surrounded and you can quickly lose both heroes. But that's why Desui is the one who's got third place at the Chinese esports games, and I'm the chump watching at home. Now on to the grand finals where Moon faces off against Suho. It's Night Elf Mirror, which is by far Moon's worst matchup, but he's still Moon, and his micro is still insane. Game 1 starts on Terranistan with some Tier 2 harassment. All that fall are both players' archers. They bring the bears out, and both players micro very well. Moon comes out with a better of Suho, and he leads by 2 bear hit kills, but Suho would come back and sacrifice a town portal to get almost 2 of them back. But despite being down to kill, Suho wants more, and it's more bear-on-bear action. Both players save a healthy number of bears, and now it's Moon's turn to attack. He goes down with a Zeppelin and drops it on top of Moon's gold mine, taking it down in just a few seconds to give himself a huge economy advantage. He tries it again, but this time it turns into a fight. It's almost impossible to do any micro behind the trees, but both players are doing all they can. The Zeppelin for Moon picks up 2 low HP bears to help save Moon, but the 2 players are still close, and they go back to slugging it out. This time Moon is on the offensive, and he looks to have a lead over Suho. Both players run out of gold, and they walk their trees over to the next gold mine. In the next battle, it becomes more evident that Moon has the lead. He forces Suho to run away in his Zeppelin, while Moon easily takes down his Tree of Life. Suho tries to go and destroy Moon's Tree of Life, but Moon quickly buys a town portal and gets there in the nick of time as Suho throws in a GG. For Game 2, we have more bear action on Echo Isles. Not much happens until both players get to Tier 3. The first major battle happens away from both players' base. Moon manages to get a few extra bear kills in the battle, but as he tries to turn away, Suho evens it up. Suho tries to take that advantage and somehow turn it into something positive, but Moon simply forces him to town portal away. Again, both players walk their trees of life over, but this time the battle is at Moon's base. Suho saved an extra bear and stayed in no upkeep longer, so he's up by 4 bears. Luckily, Moon has 2 wands of illusion to get him 6 fake bears to help even the fight. That and a very early Naga kill helped Moon overcome the deficit, and with the game, the match, and the tournament. As always, with the tournament over, it's time for the top plays. At number 10, Fly is a level 5 Tauren Chieftain against Druids of the Talon. We know it's coming, but it takes a good minute before he can finally get the kills, but he gets 6 of them. On to number 9, Moon running his Blade Master away, and he gets stabbed while the quill is in the air by the Panda. Another reason why it's nearly impossible to kill one of Moon's heroes. With that, we go on to number 8 from the same game. The Panda gets the revenge on the Death Knight for killing the Beastmaster with a well-timed Breath of Fire and an invisibility potion. What can be better than 1 invisible panda? How about 2? The second one comes in at number 7. The Wyvern have been harassing all game long, so Yumi brings out an invisible panda who quickly dispatches all but one of the Wyvern. At number 6, it's the grand final. Suho pulls out a Wand of Lightning Shield at just the right moment to force Moon to bring his 2 archers out of Shadow Meld. One dies from the Demon Hunter, and the creeps get the other. Number 5, the Demon Hunter gets scared of another Hex and uses a Cloak of Shadows. Zio deftly makes a 4-corner surround, then runs off to buy a Dusk of Appearance. He doesn't even have to use it for the Demon Hunter to town portal out. At number 4, it's Kita against LL and a Night Elf Mirror. Kita pulls a Wisp out at the last second to block LL's Demon Hunter in his base. He doesn't manage to get a kill out of it, but he does force a town portal. We move on to number 3, where Fly pulls out a beautiful 4-corner surround on check. That is an absolute mastery of a move. Number 2 comes from an from the 8th Imbalanced short in a match between Moon and Tho. If you haven't watched it, go and do so because it is an epic best of 3. In the final moments, Tho has a very low HP Mountain King. He banishes it to save the Mountain King from damage, but he can still bolt, and that's exactly what he does to take out the Dark Ranger. With that awesome move, all we have left is top play number 1. The Panda gets trapped behind an expansion. He looks doomed, then the Archmage uses a massive town portal to back him up. The Panda then uses his ultimate to break out of this round, but it gets better. The human player Yumi uses an invisible priest to block the Farseer and the Torn Chieftain in, but unfortunately he doesn't get the kill. Now, you see I have a certain problem with counting, so without further ado, top play number 0. Fly against Check, and that Demon Hunter just will not get surrounded. It backs off, tries to do the end-around run, fakes it, comes back, sees daylight, but just cannot make it. The Demon Hunter backs off, and the Orc goes to creep. The Demon Hunter tries the other end-around. Well, that's it for the Chinese esports games. It was a great tournament, lots of top players, but it was missing the top European players. We'll get to see them and more at World Cyber Games 2007 in Seattle. I'll be there doing the live commentary for Warcraft 3, in addition to doing as much imbalanced coverage as I can get done. Keep checking the site all during World Cyber Games for tons of live updates. That's all for this week, guys. Thanks for watching. He goes for a mana burn, tries it, but again he has to back off. He's just not seeing any daylight to make this run. The Orc backs off. He thinks he can make it, and oh, he just gets surrounded, and the Orc player is going to take him out. He has to watch out on that Blade Master, though. He's very, very low, red HP health. And he pulls out a Cloak of Shadows, a brilliant move. And this Demon Hunter, well, it's just going to eat it. 4 grunts hitting it, and it to pull out the town portal.